Jak and Daxter the Forgotten Lands. This is chapter 3. And yeah, it's just a really well, actually this is chapter 1 and 2 first, but yeah, it's a really cool custom level mod, and oh my god, the Jak and Daxter community is wonderful. They've created so many incredible things for the games, and they're actively working on making Jak 3 on PC, which is very exciting because that is my favorite one. I think okay, that's debatable. I love both Jak 1 and 3 equally, but like you can't really compare the two. They're very different games. Oh, okay, that hurts me. Ow. Okay. Can I just encounter new stuff?
This looks like a transporter pad.
I think I can. Whoa, look at this place. This is chapter 3, the open mines. Wow. Oh, this is super cool. Okay, well, let's take a look. What am I looking at? There are 7 precursor orbs, I think. Not precursor orbs, power cells, and granted of 150 precursor orbs. Cool, okay. You can't hit that like you can in the normal game. Cool. Okay. Down or up? Because there's also this area. Ooh. I'm gonna go up path first. Oh, this is exciting. This is really cool. Ooh, okay. A little bit intimidating, but all good. All good. Yeah, well, I'll clear up the previous areas afterwards. I wanna experience the new stuff.
The precursors must have used this place to mine the metal for all those robots and constructions.
Oh, it's so cool. I just like oh dear. Like it's something so small, but just new dialogue is, I mean, it's technically not small. It probably took a lot of work, but you know, like just a little piece of new dialogue is so impactful. It means a lot. Oh hell yeah! These platforms are back.
Looks
Sweet.
like we gotta do this in just the right order.
Oh, this is really cool, and also very intimidating. I'm dead. Yeah, I realised my mistake as I did it. Don't you worry. I knew. Yeah, no, I knew. Yeah, that'll do it. Nice. That's great. Yeah, those platforms are, like, I think they're exclusively in Golemaster Adele, in the original, and, oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. Yes, developers, yes! Send me back up. Awesome. Okay, do I want to... Yeah, no, I'll just follow... Okay, I will not follow the path, actually. I'll wander off a little bit. Actually, I've changed my mind. I wonder if custom bosses are a planned thing. I mean, I've no idea how even vaguely feasible that is. But, I mean, like... oh, Christ. I mean, if it's anything like the Kingdom Hearts community, as time goes on, people are only gonna like understand how to work with the like tools more and more and stuff, so it's pretty cool. You're gonna get more and more things happening. Do I want to go that way? I do. Yes! I feel great. I feel less great because I don't have any blue eco, but I might be able to rectify that. Yes. I would like to hit the green eco first because of the crippling health problems that I currently have. Yeah, didn't I see blue eco here? I did. And I reckon that could get to here. Yeah! Oh, that's good design. That's very good. Do you know, I don't know, like... To me, this feels like it could be a level from Daxter. And that, like, I mean that as an incredible compliment, because I think the level design in Daxter is extraordinary. Like, that game is so slept on. But yeah, like this, it's so compact, but in the best way. It feels phenomenal. It's so cool. But there's just so much going on as well. Oh, hey, we got the these things, little mine carts. But I'm really bad at jumping over. Okay, okay, that was briefly scary. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, okay. Wasn't expecting you to hit me like that and cause great pains. Can I like stand on that? It does not feel like it, no. Okay, do I want to keep going that way or do I want to go the other way? I have started this way, should probably keep going this way. Will I regret that? Time will tell. So I have no idea how many new levels are in Chapter 3. But, I mean, any amounts is wonderful. I'm just loving it. If it turns out this is it, like, I'm still happy.
Some out of dark eco is not natural, Jak. Something very strange happened in that mine.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, oh, you're cooking. This is really cool. I want to go over here, I think. I am not dead. That's a good sign. Oh, these enemies. I'm terrible at taking out these guys. Or not. Never mind. I've suddenly learned the skills in the last 5 seconds. Okay. Oh, we're back here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, because there's all this stuff. Like, what's all this? There's loads going on around here. Oh, look at... Oh, dear. No. Yeah, look at this fence. Intimidating and exciting all in one. Okay, well, I blew that. Okay. So yeah, I want to get up there for sure. It doesn't seem too hard, to be fair. I just need to not mess up this bit. And maybe jump when the platform is down, which it should be now-ish. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, and then it comes down. Oh, that's cool. Is there anything up here? Oh, I see. Oh, that's fun. How would I get over there? Maybe from down there. You know what? I'm going down there. What are you? It looks like uber powered up yellow eco, but... Whoa! What?
Jak? Those spawners are pumping out trouble!
That was mental. That was mental. Yes!
This yellow eco should pack enough punch to take out those spawners.
It sure does.
Charge it up, Jak! Give him the old 1-2 punch!
That is
Break
unbelievable.
those spawners, Jak!
Yeah, no, I know. I've been meaning to, but like, they're not breaking. Am I doing something wrong? Because they are not breaking at all. Yeah, they are not breaking at all. What if I do it like this, or like this, or no? Okay, I'm in trouble. Oh no, we need to get out of here. Goodbye. Yeah, what do I need to do to break them? Because they are not doing the whole breaking thing. What am I missing here? Unless it's just hit it a lot. Which it might be, but... I'm assuming the fire hurts me, right? Well, we may never know. Yeah, what am I missing here? You want me to get up here? No. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It feels like nothing. It feels like the answer is nothing. I'm gonna go and die and see if that fixes some. I feel like something's broken. So if I die, it might rectify it. Because, yeah, I don't know why they're not breaking.
While you're down there, could you rub my feet?
I sure can't. Because, yeah, it feels like something was supposed to break. Like all these things are supposed to be damaged in some way, and they just are not. Unless they take hundreds of hits, which, sure. Are any of them breaking? It doesn't look like it. I don't know why. Yeah. What am I doing wrong? I'm not too sure. Yeah, either I've done something wrong, or like, yeah, something's broken here. And I'm not sure which. Yeah, like, unless I have to hit them in a really specific order. Doesn't look like it, though. It's weird, because it feels like it should be working, but I don't know why it's not, you know? Weird. This power-up is super cool, though. And arguably broken. I mean, it's like the scattergun from Jak 2. But, actually no, that's not... Wait, no, which is the yellow one? That might be Blaster. No, I'm not sure. Whatever the one, that one. You know what I mean. It's like that. It's real cool. You know, I'm gonna try something more. One more thing. Just that I haven't tried. Okay, that didn't... Like, I was like, oh, does aiming specifically at something do anything? But the answer to that is no. Oh, you could just hold it down? Oh my god, what? That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's still not actually taking it down. Alright, I'm gonna die to get out of here, and we will come back to this later.
I'll avenge you! Not.
So, yeah, we'll come back to that. I don't know specifically what it is I'm missing. If anything. But we can look at some other stuff. Can I get back? Okay, I'll just get the, whoops. Oh, no. Okay. Say, I can't jump now. Yeah, I'll just get the mine thing. Does it come back to the bottom now? It does. Great. Lovely. Cool. Alright, what's over here? Whoa, okay. Oh, right. I preempted it.
Unless you want to be crispy, we gotta find a way to shut these flames off.
Working on it. This is really cool. Like, bringing these back, like, in a really creative way is awesome. So did that switch all of them off, or just some of them? I don't know what that actually did. Did it turn off the ones behind me? It did turn these off. Okay. Oh, and it turns this off as well. Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. That's cool. I see. Oh, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's fine. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Nah, we're good. We're good. Oh no, we do want to go this way. My bad. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, there you go. Lovely. That was awesome. What a brilliant segment. Hello there. Ooh, what do we got here? So there's one more scout fly and I can see it. I know how I would get to it. That's the problem. I know exactly how I get to it. I just, right now, can't. Because of the, that little minigame not working. At least I think it's not working as intended. It might be that I'm just missing something. But, to me, the obvious thing would be, like, just hit the green eco things and they're not going down, so. I tried to do it. I reckon you could. I reckon you could do it. You just need to find, like, the sweet spot where it doesn't detect you. Or that it lets you, like, just move on it. I reckon it could be done. To the point where I'm going to try again. So. Okay, if I do... No. That? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, alright, alright. Hang on. So if I get on this, what happens? Woo! Yes! Okay. This is terrifying. Okay. This is absolutely brilliant. Yes, I'm on board with everything that is happening right here. Okay. Yes, look at that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, what did that do? Oh. Oh! Oh, that's so cool! So I needed to hit this to unlock the next area. Cool, okay. Understood. So that leads me up here. Which, that does not work how I hoped it would. Okay, understood. Not a problem. I want to go back up though. We're not done here. Okay, I can see what I want to do. Right. Yes, that. Okay. Yes.
The theory's impressive. I wonder if it's still active.
Okay. I can do this backwards. Nothing's stopping me. There's that, and that'll... Oh, I don't want to actually hit that. I think that'll take me down. Okay, so... Okay, that just leads to here. Okay, so... Excellent. That's fine. Oh, I'm aware. Yeah. Yeah, don't you worry, Daxter. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so we would have presumably done that and come up through here. Yeah, I think so. So let's see, what are we missing? We're missing 3 things. One of them is presumably that down there. One of them is on top of the mines, the mine carts. And the other one, I don't yet know. But yeah, that's pretty neat. So does this lead me to... Yeah, it does. It leads exactly where I thought it would. Okay, cool. Well, we've done that, so we'll just head straight over here. Oh, I didn't see the bird area before. Oh, that's what happened when I opened the... Oh, I thought that was going to lead to the next level, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a little... Yeah, maybe it's just a power cell room. Just a little cheeky power cell room. Very dangerous. Cheeky power cell, Jesus Christ!
Well, better you than me.
You say that, but they're gonna, like, grab you and take you off to their nest, so I wouldn't say better you than me. That was somewhat intimidating. I wasn't expecting them to fly at me so fast. I don't think I've ever seen them fly at me. Because, like, they're usually in the swamp, so I think I just attack them from a distance usually, and by that point they're not a threat. But not so in this level. Yeah, because they force you to actually get close. That's pretty cool. This must have taken ages to make. It's so cool. Because as I say, like, it all connects really seamlessly. It's very impressive. Nice. Okay. So we know where all the power cells are. We just can't get one of them, I believe. Hopefully there is nothing for collecting absolutely everything. Outside of, you know, general pride. So we must be close to all the, Oh yeah, there's only 11. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking care of you. Or not. Ow. You are extremely dead. There's no shame in that. Just let it be known. Oh no. Yeah, that's fair enough. I know what I want to do. I'm just doing a very, very bad job of actually achieving it. Something like that. Yeah, that'll do it. Well, let's get our precursor orbs first. And then... yes. Beautiful. So how many am I missing now? I am missing 3. I saw some down there. Were there 3? Yes, there were. I don't know if this is the way to do this. This is the way I'm doing it. Ha 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 ha! Beautiful. Now where am I going? It's a good question. I think I saw like an entrance to a mine over here, maybe? Or maybe I didn't. Ooh, no, I did not. I stand corrected. There must be a path that I can take that I did not see. Let's see. Because at first I thought when that broke the wall, I thought that was going to be the next area, and that was going to be just really, really creative way of doing that. Yeah, you need to go. You're really annoying. Yeah, is there anything up here if I follow this path? No, not really. Just loops around. Okay. What about up there? It's gonna be getting close. No, we're fine. We're good. We're good. Oh, I love that you can see all the stuff in the other area. It's so cool. Yeah. Where would I go next? It feels like I've been everywhere. More or less. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, it might be, but this is just it. But either way, it's really cool. Oh, yeah, like this whole area. Oh, yes. Look at this. Ooh, this is exciting. Hang on. Nice. Alright, yes, let's go. Let's go. Okay, this is really cool. Oh, this music's nice. I like how I'm missing all of the eco.
Uh-oh. I think we just caused a rock slide.
Oh, this is super cool. What? I can see me missing stuff. Like, I can 100% see me missing stuff. Like, there's stuff down here.
Sorry to intrude on your communicator's channel. The broken portal in the crystal caves must have sent out a signal to the main lands. I see you've already managed to restore power and clear out the debris to the valley. Listen, I don't have a lot of time right now, but you're currently on your way to some old precursor facilities. It is, however, well guarded. I would suggest going back before you have to face that thing.
Okay. That's somewhat ominous. I love it. Thank you. So where is it? So this is Tiger Valley. Oh, wow. It's 50 orbs. Okay, there's a surprising amount of power cells, though. Oh. Hold L1 or R1 to float with Super Blue Eco. What now? That sounds awesome. Okay. Before we do that, I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything, because this feels like I could very easily miss stuff. I mean, like, well, this whole area is huge, so I'm sure there'll be a way back, though. Okay, right, let's keep going. Let's just head on forward. Alright, let's go. Whoa!
Jack, we're actually flying!
Yeah, I can see that. Whoa, okay, well, I missed, like, all of this, stuff. Oh dear. Yeah, you're dead, man. Could have gone worse. Yeah, I just wanted to get the precursor orbs, and, oh no. Yes, I just wanted to get the precursor orbs, and oh yeah, it's quite hard to get them all. Did I actually get the first batch? Oh, I think I did actually. Scratch that. So you just need to be close. Ish. Close-ish. Yeah. That'll do it. Nice, nice, nice.
Eco crystals seem to also interact with the zoomer in unexpected ways. I'm sure I can utilize them for some new devices.
Cool. This is awesome. And look at this.
That's one of those flying lurkers. He might have a power cell.
Yeah, I suspect he does. I need to get my my super jump. Can I get it? Yep. Sort of. I was say, you're gonna be easy to get, and the answer to that is no. Like, not really. No, actually, I think you're gonna make this quite difficult for me. Yeah, okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, because I want to get these. That much is for certain. Excellent, okay. So, do I just need to chase you and hit you, or are you going to, like, run for a certain amount of time, or what's the deal? What you doing? No, I think you're just gonna run until I hit you. Okay. That's fair, I can do that. To be fair, these lurkers have always been incredibly difficult to hit. And add height to the mix, it's probably even harder. Probably. It might not be. It probably is. Come on. Oh, man, you are really awkward to hit, you know that? Hey, there we go! Oh, there's more than one. Yeah. Daxter implied it was just the one that I needed. It's like, oh, that's not too bad. It's now somewhat bad, but alright, that's cool. We got this. Cool. Alright, let's go. There's another scout fly up here. Okay, there's the thing here. Cool. Which I did not get, as you may have noticed. Yeah, which will be my detriment. Lovely, lovely. It wasn't like I was actively trying to miss it. I just happened to miss it. This place looks gorgeous. Like, I love the transition between grass and snow. That's great. It's so cool. Yeah, there we go. Okay, got you. The next one I know how to get, more or less. Oh, Christ. Yeah, the momentum on this thing's actually a little hard to control. It's not that hard. It was just like, it threw me off. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Let's try that again. The only reason I didn't make it is because I let go of my charge so I could get the orbs. But when you don't let go, you'll be fine. Well, you did not know where you were going. Okay, that freaked me out. Again, I didn't mean to miss the thing. I just happened to miss the thing. I'm really, really good at that. It's one of my special skills. I put it on my CV. Every single person I apply to knows I am really, really good at missing my mark. Yep, missed it again. How screwed am I? Probably quite. Yeah, no, I've, yeah, that's, I think, the third time. I don't know what it is about this specific crystal that, like, is in such a specific spot that I will miss it every single time, but it is exquisite. Will I miss it again? No, I won't, because I really went out of my way to get it this time. An act of desperation. Yay, there we go. Okay, can't get up there. Ooh, it's quite high. Okay, I think this is scout file number 6, I think? Yeah. Where'd you go? You went over there. And the end is there. I'm still missing a scout fly, which, to be fair, could be anywhere. Hey, there you go. Nice. So yeah, I'm missing... Yeah, 7 scout flies, end of the valley. Well, end of the valley I've just done. It's right here. Yay! Nice. Cool. Well, the scout fly might be at the... Oh, Christ! Well, thank you very much for the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream. What were you streaming? Yeah, there's the scout fly might be over here. If it's not, then I guess I'll head back. But no, there it is. Perfect. Does concern me that I'm still missing 2 power cells though. They could be anywhere. Whoa, look at that. Is this gonna be a boss? Whoa. Oh, this is super cool. Oh, that's so cool. Whoa, what? What?
Intruder detected. All weapons engaged.
Jack, I think we are the intruders.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay. Oh, this is brilliant. Well, the good news is, so far it's not that hard, and they keep giving me loads of health, so... This is awesome. This must have taken so much work to make. What the hell? Okay. Oh, what?
Hurry,
Oh,
Jack! Break the stone!
oh, this is. Oh, I've blown it. I've absolutely blown it. I continue to blow it. Don't. Yeah. Okay. I did not blow it. Yeah. That's the end of phase 1. Cool. 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 Whoa. What is happening? Oh. Okay. Good. Power. Raw power. Let's go. Yeah, this is a custom mod. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, this is so cool. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Alright, let's go. Next phase. Oh, you're doing Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, lovely. Cool. I haven't played that game in a long time. Hope you had a lot of fun. Okay, that just about worked. I presume you're the last enemy. You are. What are we doing? It is a great question. Okay. Ooh, this looks not easy. Oh, okay, I didn't realize these were going around. I thought it was going to come back. Okay. Oh, nearly blew it. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't. Oh, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky. No. Oh, man. Alright, well, it happens. It's fine. It's annoying as well, because I didn't expect it to be instant death. But, yeah. I just got stuck on the crystal. If it had allowed me to spin attack, I would have been fine. But, alas, it did not. Which you may have noticed from my crushing defeat. Either way, absolutely brilliant boss. Nice. Oh, interesting. The special ones aren't there anymore. That's intriguing. I wonder why. You only get it one time. Then the fight becomes a lot harder. Yeah, seemingly. Okay. I'm trying. Oh Christ, okay. Yeah, this one's pretty easy to get to. Yep, it's done the thing again where it's taken away my powers. That will make this 100 times harder. Oh my god, this makes it so much harder. What the hell? No, but really. Oh my god. Oh man, without that power, that makes this so hard. What the hell? Ooh. Final phase is rough. Man, yeah, not doing this in first phase. Yikes. Yeah, if you don't do this in one go, you are going to struggle. Ooh. Not keen on that, but okay. Especially since, like, in the final phase, instant death approaches if you're stuck on the, like, same platform, so... Yeah, that's very unforgiving. I'm pretty sure that's a glitch. And not a great one. Oh well, never mind. 'Tis what it is. We will be fine. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do next time is only pick up the red in the middle once loads of enemies have shown up. Because it seems like a waste otherwise. Could I theoretically just shoot the crystal from here? Maybe, but it didn't work, so... In concept, yes. In reality, no. Alright, cool. Right, do not pick that up. It's not worth it yet. We're gonna go around the outside. Until loads of enemies show up. And by loads, I mean loads. Okay, the plus side is... I can do it like this. No, 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 I don't care for this. Ugh! That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm in trouble. I'm in less trouble. No! Ah! I tried to get away, I wasn't trying to hit you. I'm trying to work out what I'm trying to remember what I exactly did last time that caused me to die. And the answer is I don't know. Okay, that works. Cool, there you go. I just went straight for it. That did it. I think I was being too hesitant last time. That was cool. That was so cool. What a boss. Like, mild glitchiness, but it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. What the hell? I'm still missing a thing. Ooh. Might be behind this door. What? No! No, well, I missed a thing in there somewhere, but, what? Thank you for playing Chapter 3. I know it was a long wait, but I hope it was worth it. And no, this isn't over yet. However, I will probably not be able to dedicate as much time for future updates, so I can't promise anything in the future. Meanwhile, you can enjoy some developer commentary by collecting every cell or find the hidden collectibles for new secrets. You can teleport to Geyser from here. If you unlocked the secrets, you can try them out in the base game as well. Oh. So that, yeah, there should be a secrets menu. Actually, that might be in the main menu, to be fair. That's cool. So when you say from here... Oh, this is actually solid. Right, it's okay. I don't know why I thought it wasn't going to be solid. Oh, I see. I can just walk back to go... Oh, that's fun. I think I know. Yeah, that. Oh my god, that's so cool. What the hell? That's amazing. His hand becomes so big, it's so weird. It's so cool. There you go. It's that easy. When you know, you know. You just charge it, you fool. Oh, actually, no, I want to... Oh. Okay. Sure. Actually, yeah, that's quite helpful. Is it? Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go back this way. So if I go from here... Yeah, I'll just go back this way. That works, sure. Cool. Alright, nice. One orb to go. The orb cell. One cell to go. Yeah, 31 power cells in the game. That's crazy. And how many precursor orbs? I think I'm missing 15, so 750. Like that's crazy amount. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole levels. Like an incredible amount of work. That's a third of the original Jak game because there's 15 levels, I think. Like that's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. And again, they feel like they just fit. It's wonderful. It really is. So let us head to the area. Do I remember how to get there? Sort of. I think. Yeah, this is it. Now, where is our... Yeah, where is the power cell? Like, I didn't see it, but my guess would be like a ring challenge around here. Something to that effect. Something that could be hidden. Or, like I said before, maybe it's gonna be the blue eco power, you take it back with you. Oh, this area is super cool. I really like this area. Okay. Is it around here? Haven't seen it. Doesn't mean it's not here though. Yeah, I'm gonna take this back with me. Can I go somewhere like secret with the ability to jump? Maybe. No, this looks like it's just gonna kill me. Okay, never mind. I can see out of bounds. No, it isn't. So it's not good. Just any hints? There's no hints. So it's before Catch the Flying Lurkers. To be fair, like all three of those, like Catch the Flying Lurkers, Scout Flies, and Reach the End, were all right next to each other technically, because the final Lurker was right next to the end, and the bosses immediately after that. The Scout Fly was right after the end. So like all of those were in the span of seconds if I was rushing for them and wasn't like looking around a little bit more. I could get all 3 power cells in the span of, I'd say, about 30 seconds. So I do believe it's something to do with the blue eco. I reckon there's a place I can go with it. I just don't know where that place is yet. Can I go to the right? No. No, you cannot. I mean, technically you can. I did. It just was wrong to do so. But yeah, I reckon there is a secret, like, area that you can get to. My God, you can get high. Oh, actually, is that... Did I just see it? No, I did not. For a second... For this briefest second, I thought I saw a power cell. I was like, oh, there it is, but it is not. Up here? No. I stand by the idea. I think it's somewhere that is, like, it doesn't scream, go that. Oh, please. Please, please, please. Is there a secret behind the waterfall? Is it that? There is. There's a secret behind the waterfall! Yes! Yes! Oh! Oh, misc options. Okay. How do I get there? Misc options. There's game options. Miscellaneous. Okay. Precursor orb glow. Discord rich presence. Cutscene skip. Speedrunner mode. Developer commentary. Oh, man. This is so cool. Okay, so on. Oh, you can just warp to them? Oh, that's brilliant. Yes. Amazing.
Welcome to the Forgotten Lands Developers Commentary. I'm Quita, the main developer of the TFL, and thanks to AdKit, I'm able to talk direct to you right now. This explanation will go into a lot of random aspects of this project. These commentary notes are full of features. You can directly select one in the menu, where you can scroll faster with left and right on the D-pad, teleport to the next one, or simply explore the levels again and find them yourself in the wild. As you can see on your screen right now, there's a small HUD with a bunch of controls listed. This was inspired a lot by Portal 2 Developers Commentary, as the look of the notes themselves might imply. Hope you learned something new about the project, and enjoy yourself.
That's so cool. And you just warp to the next one just pressing left and right, that's amazing.
I started working on Crystal Cave about as early as custom level became a possibility. This starting area dates all the way back from June 2022. I kind of just started to build things in Blender from the origin point, 100 meters up in the sky, just to not overlap with Sandover village, and to make things easier. This random decision at the time had actually some pretty important rippling effect later on, such as how high Crescent Top ended up and how far down you had to jump down to get to Energy Bay, as that needed to be at sea level to make use of the ocean.
Ha, that's so cool!
The broken warp gate as a way to get to these levels might seem like an easy way out of trying to integrate the custom levels into the normal levels, but that limitation was actually fully taken into account in the pre-production work, where I started to build the general lore and idea for the whole mod. The sense of being thrown into a new place with no visible path back was also something I wanted the player to feel, and the broken warp gate helped with that goal.
Cool.
Something I've noticed with Jak 1's level design is the presentation of set pieces, like getting out of Samus's hut and seeing all the Sandover village with the beach and forbidden jungle far away, or turning around a corner in Spider Cave and arriving in the huge robot room with so much on screen. This design idea is something I wanted to reproduce within this mod, with the first example of this being turning around in this tight tunnel to reveal the main room of Crystal Cave, with the waterfall and light from above as the focus piece.
So cool. Yeah, I mean, Mike Stouts told me about that with, like, Ratchet and Clank. Like, the first thing you see when you land on a planet, the camera is like, panned out and you see the world, that you see where the adventure is, and it is to give you a sense of scale and awe, you know, where you are, what you're doing. And yeah, like your first impression, the first second you look at a level is huge, and yeah, it's really cool they've taken that into account.
As part of speedrunning community, there's been a big care put into how the level flow together while trying to go fast, but also looking into small skips and such. For example, this rock was initially just randomly placed for visual region, but I quickly noticed that it could be used to climb to this blue echo faster and collect the previous orbs of Scarfly with it. It was then slightly adjusted until the movement felt really smooth to get up there without even having to ledge grab, and not being obvious that the rock was there for that reason. In terms of level layout, Crystal Cave was built to be very open in the paths that can be taken, without trying to be too overwhelming. There's also an obvious fastest route, which was quickly discovered by speedrunners, where I tried to make the level flow where you don't need to do anything that seems too out of the way or look like backtracking. This yellow echo was purposefully hidden in a wooden chest, instead of just being visible. Wooden chests can mostly be ignored when playing Jak 1. I wanted to break that conception early on, so player would look around more carefully. When I'm trying to follow a lot of Jak 1's design philosophies, I do want to try new things, having small defenses such as this is one of the ways to prepare the player.
Cool.
Hey, I'm Pex, the composer for the music
Yeah,
of Forgotten
Pex
Lands.
is awesome.
Here you can listen to the theme for Crystal Cave, the first original level you come across. For that reason, I prefer to keep the music structure and flow like similar to what you would hear in Upper Castle Legacy level, so as to sort of accompany the player in the new world without it feeling completely separated from the original one. The main melody is made with sounds that are reminiscent of crystals, and that was a nice idea that came from guitar.
This part was probably my least liked area because of visibility issues. There was the huge particles on the camera made it hard to see where you were going. Jak actually has some camera system, but in order to be able to use this, the level builder part of OpenGL will need to be changed to add support for camera entities, like when ambients were added. We've decided instead to try and create our own kind of camera control actor, which allows us to move the camera toward any position, while being able to change any kind of camera setting as desired, all while hopefully doing it smoothly and then resetting everything correctly when you leave it.
That's cool.
Something the game can do that wasn't used much is changing Jak's lighting dynamically. I want to make extensive use of this possibility, and Crystal Cave was a good place to have fun with this. As you can see, when you're getting under this thruster, Jak's light up in yellow, and then fades back to normal lighting as you move away. This custom dynamic lighting is also used in a few different color plates throughout Crystal Caves and other levels. This ship was actually not part of the original drawing of the level layout. Originally, there was going to be some kind of scaffolding against the wall, with some platforming to go up, similar to the rubber room in Spider Cave. Thinking about the lore of the mod pushed me into placing some precursor technology down here instead. I'm happy with how it turned out, as it makes you wonder how this got here and why it's even here. This electric arc was one of the first custom actors that was mostly merging, with some help from Medkit. While the logic is mostly copied over from Spider-Cave's flamepots, they feature a much more complex set of collision, as well as changing Jak's and the other actors' lighting dynamically when turned on. The particles were also especially difficult to fit, as they need to follow weird vectors and go extremely fast to feel like a strong electric arc, while also not bleeding too much throughout the platform.
I'm going to listen to all these. I'm just curious how many there actually are, because there seems like a lot. 75? Oh my god. Fair enough. We're going to be here a while.
One of the most time-consuming tasks when making Crystal Cave was creating the big walls all around the level. These were manually 3D sculpted and featured many different textures, such as the pillars, coal, and arrows. All of these had to be carefully lined up with the UV mapping to avoid seams as much as possible. Another difference from my level design compared to the original game is the different ambience inside of a single level. In Jak 1, almost every level has a very specific, unique ambience which rarely change within the level. There's only a few exceptions, such as the Dark Cave in Spider Cave or inside the temple in Forbidden Jungle. Crystal Cave has many different ambience meshed in together, such as this dark echo-infested biome. This also features the dynamic lighting and actors as seen under the thruster or inside the precursor ship. Particles, especially for Crystal Cave, infused the level with so much life and dynamism. The level felt very static before they were added. There are 18 different kinds of particles and 72 sets of them scattered all over the level. While most of them are slightly edited versions of particles that already exist, some were completely made up, such as these fireflies that fly around the mushrooms, which can change directions while leaving a trail behind them.
Yeah, it's one of those things like obviously you notice that things are happening, but like the trick of the developer is to implement stuff like that so seamlessly that you don't pay attention to it. It just feels natural, it feels right, it's there, like, and that's it's so impressive. It's so cool.
The top of this platform, it might seem like the yellow echo is just there to break those two upgrades, and then you need to make your way back. But you can also snipe the upgrade hiding in the orange mushroom area. That's not by accident, as the geometry near the crate was carefully placed and edited to guide the shots toward that crate, even if you were slightly off in your aiming.
Yes, I did
Furthermore,
that.
there's also small darker rocks to help you as a visual cue of where to safely fall down to continue the level. A lot of small details like this, with multiple purposes, were specifically crafted, while some were happy accidents. This gap was made just big enough so a whole jump was not enough to go across. A boosted uppercut, however, allowed you to cross the gap just fine. This wasn't made to give speedrunner any extra advantages. This is simply a one-way passage, and getting there from this side just serves you to show you there's more across, and you'll need to find another way to get there, to force exploration. My design philosophy is that everything that's intended to be the game and collect everything is going to be free of any speedrunning tag. However, speedrunning tag is always taken into account and will open new paths and allow you to traverse the level much faster.
Okay, so the precursor orbs I didn't get aren't speedrun tech related, but I still don't know how you do it.
Even when first designing Crystal Cave, the Gondal was the first actor I really wanted to have a custom model for, instead of using any existing actor. With custom model and animation, that dream finally became a reality. It contains a lot of features such as custom model, custom animation, an actionable lever, sounds that follow the gondola, an invisible wall while being used, which auto turn off just before the end, so it's not too hard to get off the gondola. Automatically spawning or moving up or down when needed, lighting that change as the platform goes up and down, linking the Daxter into it, and modified camera parameter so it can follow better throughout the fast movements.
Like, that's so cool because they've programmed that to happen whilst you're listening to this. And that's so good. It's a little thing, but it's really nice.
The fog in this level was made especially thick and close, with the main reason being this gondola track. From down here, the extra fog adds a level of depth which works really well. As Crystal Cave was released on its own at first, this was also used to tease the next level in a mysterious way. Lighting in Jak 1's levels has to be entirely baked onto vertex colors. This means each vertex will be assigned a color, and the face will blend those colors together to light up the entire level. In practice, this means you either need to set up lights in Blender and bake them into the vertex color, or manually paint them. My setup actually uses a bit of both. It's mostly a light setups in Blender, baking, and then doing some touch-up after, mostly smoothing out areas that are too contrasted. One of the first assignments that was given to HeadKit was the creation of some more powerful version of the Eco, both to tie in the lore and to create new interesting mechanics. I want the player to be excited every time they see new Crystal Eco, wondering which new power they'll be able to use. Having new mechanics in a game you've known for so long is a special feeling that I wanted to achieve. I gave HeadKit a lot of my ideas for them, and we had some back and forth to arrive at the ones you've seen.
That's so cool.
Arriving in Crescent Top with the gondola, I didn't want to have the player directly see the whole level and get overwhelmed by all the options. So this closed up area serves to guide the player throughout the house, down here, and its implication. You're forced to check it out before you can continue and see the rest of the level. As explained at the start of Crystal Cave, I wanted to reproduce the feeling of awe when seeing huge and complex set pieces. This spot is another example of that. The area by the gondola was specifically rolled in, so you wouldn't get a scale of the level just yet. Working up this small slope then reveal it all at once. The paths on top of these pillars also split up on bursters with items on both sides. This forces the player to look at both sides equally before they make a decision where to go next, as you won't be sure you can easily get back up here.
Good design.
Scarfly is a good example of another design trick used plenty in the base game that I wanted to make use a lot in this mod as well. By placing a collectible well in view but without seeing the full path to it, you can plant a seed in the player's brain. Then they'll have to figure out how to get to that specific spot later.
Yes.
The big gamble in this level, and also Energy Bay, was to create hybrid levels where you both play on foot and on the zoomer, without just separating the area like it's done with Misty's zoomer section or Snowy's flat area. This came with many challenges. An area that is fun to traverse on foot would be very awkward on the zoomer, and an high zoomer section would feel like a slog on foot, as you need to travel a long, smooth floor. The other problem that arises is making sure the player understands what has to be done on foot and what has to be done on the zoomer. My way of tackling both of those problems was to elevate the on-foot section so you wouldn't even be able to reach them with the zoomer, and scatter them around so the player can almost always see the next area they can go to on foot. The zoomer sections are done with ramps and long jumps that are always too big for Jak, making it obvious that they need to be done on the zoomer.
That is good design. Again, it's one of those things. It's subtle. I mean, it's not subtle. It's quite in your face, but it's subtle in the sense that you just know. You just instinctively know, and you don't have to think about it. It's like, okay, yeah, that you can't do that on zoomer. Foot jump. You can't make that. That looks way too far. Zoomer. Like you just know. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay. That took a
This
bit to
mod
load.
was created with the mindset of giving even veteran players a bit of a challenge. However, my design philosophy is that nothing should ever require any kind of speedrunning techniques. Everything should be doable with the knowledge any casual player would have gotten during the original game. However, some adjustments have been made here to help a bit with this climb compared to the previous release. The platform after this swing pole now slows down towards the end, giving player more time to jump and so jumping when it's
that's
moving
nice.
away from them. And the custom camera control taken about in Crystal Cave was also used here to give a more sideways perspective, helping with depth perception. The vast majority of this level's visuals are all those rocks scattered around. I made around 40 different rocks and pillars that were then placed manually for every single one. Well, there would probably be easier and faster way to deal with this. Doing it this way allowed me to have the greatest control over the look
Yeah,
of things,
you can do that in
as
Dreams
well
as well.
as trying to reach a close look to the original game, which seemed to have been done in a similar way when studying its design. It's hard to tell how many of those rocks I've placed, as I've done combined things in bigger chunks to make light baking easier, but it's safe to say it's in the 6 digits.
That's a lot. It's hundreds and thousands of rocks. Christ, man.
When arriving in Crystal Top, you can see most of the level at once, but I still wanted to be able to surprise the player with a whole new area that felt very different from the rest. I'm very happy with how this whole part turned out, especially this control room with all the panels and cables. A lot of it was inspired by Jak 3's precursor ship interior. This was another source of frustration for some players, as a lot of them intuitively want to follow the platform direction.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
However, they quickly realized that the lava fall is quite hard to get around, while also landing back on the platform. While it's possible to do it this way, the alternate path, which is going
Go
backward,
backwards, yeah.
is a lot easier and is possible with simple double jumps and spin.
Here in Crescent Top, the music starts to go on its own
Oh
path,
no.
distancing itself a little bit more from the Precursor legacy. The guitar was very helpful as it gave me tons of references to guide me with the atmosphere he was feeling for the level. Particularly the fact that he wanted the theme to feel adventurous but also a little mysterious, a little sinister. I tried to achieve that with a melody that is not very bombastic but more on the calm side, with a bridge that gives a mystery twist to the song, with the strings leading the movement.
Yeah, I was worried that you were going to kill me.
On top of being used for some visual variety in the level, these big cables also serve as a visual cue to help the player know where to go to turn the power back on to activate the zoomer, as some of Kara Inns also tries to push you toward. It also earned on one of Crystal Top's edges, with the jump pad down to Energy Bay as the only thing inside. This part movement is not specifically hard, but I wanted to add a little bit of a twist when you go up for the first time and see the hop cache, and realize that you need to do the jumps again, but faster this time. The timing is pretty lenient, but any big mistake
It
will
is
probably
not.
force you to
I
retry.
disagree.
Also make it a challenge for speedrunner. The scatter run on the hop cache can't be done in one single try, making the timing a bit harder.
I disagree. Like, this is super hard. It feels like there's not enough time, like, at all. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like, yeah, this feels incredibly difficult. Okay, I guess I should double check. Like, can you actually just... You can do that, okay. Right, let's see if I can get this thing. Okay. No. Okay, there you go. I stand corrected. It is very, very doable. Oh, I'm still missing, like, 8 orbs, though. Don't know where they are. They're somewhere. they're certainly somewhere. But I got it. I'm happy with that.
There's two ways to discover Energy Bay for the first time, both of which have seed player experience. Either by seeing it all the way from Crescent Top, or jumping down to it and realizing it for new lands. The jump itself is actually a sample launcher, but a lot of effort was put in the particle here to make you feel as if it's slowing you down a bit while you fall down from its inside height.
Yeah, it's cool.
Another challenge with Crescent Top's design is that, being an elevated area with mostly obstructed view, it was quite challenging to hide unloaded levels on what is visible or not from any part of the level. Open Mines, for example, has one of its big walls as part of the Crescent Top level, so viewing it from afar, it can hide that the level is not loaded behind it. Jak 1 only ever has 2 levels loaded at once, and taking levels in and out at the right time can definitely come in with its own challenge if you don't just want to have an obvious tunnel in between each of them. Hopefully the illusion here was well preserved to make it feel like one coherent, seamless experience, which was also one of the goals of the original game I tried to copy.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think there was one time with the mine that it like was a big some of the places hadn't loaded properly, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty seamless. It's very impressive.
When landing in Energy Bay, I wanted the player to stand still for a second, as it just went down such a big drop and landed in a whole new level. From this starting pillar, you can see pretty much the whole level by panning the camera, and hopefully see the turbines in distance as your objectives. Most collectibles, however, are not nearby, so the player isn't instantly overwhelmed by starting to pick up orbs and getting lost. Only a few orbs are close enough on the left to try and guide the player in that direction, as going to the right wouldn't get them far on foot.
The Energy Bay theme. This is a particular one because I didn't want any percussion to guide and mark the rhythm. I wanted the instruments to sort of flow freely, like the sea breeze. Guitar gave me a lot of inspiration on this one also. He was aiming for something upbeat and tech sounding, like relating to the turbines collecting energy all across the level. Also, I absolutely wanted to use the accordion here. That's just something that pops to my mind immediately when thinking about the sea. And it also proved useful in counterbalancing the more technological sounds.
A lot of hints were given to the player to try and direct them toward these turbines. Kira talking about powering up the transpad, the big cable guiding you toward the energy bay, and now the call-out cable that connect the turbines to specific elements to show what the turbine would activate. This detail seems to have been missed by most players on the initial release of the level in Chapter 2, so small changes were made to hopefully make it more obvious, such as coloring each of the turbines directly, as well as adding a few more cables in between the turbine and what is being connected. On top of that, some camera animation were added that directly show the activated element, but these were specifically locked beyond having hints on in the settings. Do not slow down the game too much for people that would rather avoid
that's
the
cool.
hints.
I like that.
While this level used both on-foot jack movement and the zoomer is the main attraction. I wanted to make that clear once you drive down here, and drop down into a big zoomer playground with a lot of things to do. This could easily get the player lost, but hopefully by this point, the player would have understood that they need to activate each of the turbines. These will act as big landmarks to it towards, and allow you to find most of the other collectibles on your way, or after activating them. By this point, the player has already seen at least one other Eco Crystal, so they should expect these to give completely new power-ups. To help them figure out one of them, orbs were placed where the third one is clearly out of normal reach. Most Jak 1 player would instinctively spin kick to gain a bit more height, and that's when they'll find out about the Super Eco Spin, which allows you to reach higher places. Another big feature of the Super Red Eco on foot is the ability to place some Red Eco bombs on the ground, akin to the ones fired by the previous robots. These do not damage you, but do push you, which is actually the main use of them instead of being used as an attack. There's two ways they can push you, depending on your position from them. Either straight up or to the side, which is calculated from your distance and angle from them. They can feel very sick and fast to use when you chain them together. I can't wait to see what player will do with these. The other appearance of the Super Red Eco is on this tall pillar, which is only reachable on the zoomer. This is to heavily imply that it would give a power-up on the zoomer as well. While a button prompt was added to the speed gauge, it can easily be missed, but most players will try basic buttons such as circle and easily find out about boost, together with the placement of the boulder that hopefully figured out it can be used to break them. This boulder used to be placed flushed at the entrance, and the lighting was altered on it to make it look as close as possible to the other blue-grey rocks around. This turned out to be a bit of a mistake, as it was very hard for player to make the distinction between this boulder and the rest of the wall, and understand they were meant to break it. So the lighting was changed, it was put inside the hallway a bit, and so orb was placed in front to get the player right in front of it, which made it a lot more obvious. On top of these things, turning around here placed the super radical right in view and allowed you to connect the dots. The last part was more of a happy accident than a conscious design choice, but sometimes these things line up well.
Yeah, that's interesting.
This green ring challenge start was placed a bit out of reach of the zoomer, so people would try it on foot instead. But was also made to only spawn when you have unlocked the zoomer, as we are meant to use both. I also wanted the player to be conscious of how they park the zoomers, as it will impact us mostly the transition between on foot and zoomer wise. Rings were placed to make it very obvious that's what you needed to do, and gave you plenty of time. I did see a few people near the zoomer and try to continue on foot, but they realized their mistake a few rings later. Another pain point in the initial release of Chapter 2 was a spacing ring on this ring challenge. It was first placed on the beach behind one of these pillars, and with a green color on top of the sun, it was really hard to find, and a bit frustrating to have to redo the whole starting bit of the race multiple times just to try and find it. So it was moved back up by one of the pillars to make it much more visible, and failing the challenge was now a lot more due to failing one of the jumps than losing track of the rings. The battle lurker paths were placed so that interact quite a bit with other parts of the level, giving you a chance to get them as you do other tasks. Like in the Onion game, dying would reset all of them. This is a lot more detrimental here than it was in Mistyalan, as there, all of them were within one small separated zoomer area. Here, they're scattered all around the level. We could have changed this behavior so that it stayed dead even after Jag respawn, but since speedrun were a big influence in some of the design choices, I actually wanted to keep those high stakes of trying not to die at all in Energy Bay, as you'd lose a big chunk of time having to track them down all afterwards instead of just getting them naturally on the way. I also thought this shouldn't affect the casual experience too much, as even if you die, you can still go around and get all of the lurkers fairly quickly. A very common occurrence about the Jag game is having some hidden developers picture in the world.
What?
I wanted to follow that, but give it a little twist by making these actual collectibles that unlock some secret to push people into fighting them. Most of these are pretty well hidden and might need advanced knowledge to get, so most people would be very likely to miss them. This is why this specific one was put in a pretty easy place to find, which would hopefully get players to look around for more hidden places in other levels.
Which I clearly did not spot. Energy Bay Fat Armor, that's so cool, what the hell? Wow, that's so cool! I love that. Oh, it's new stuff.
Right from the start, I wanted the open mines to feel very different from the other levels in terms of visuals, music and gameplay. This was done by shifting the color from blue-green to mostly brown, having a very mechanical soundtrack, and full-on on-foot level with a lot of dangerous elements and combat.
In Open Minds, Guitar wanted something gritty, mechanical, that conveyed a sense of danger. I went with a very bold sounding bass, very arrogant, and paired it with a cello that takes the lead with a more ominous melody, after the first part with the more energetic bass. Then in the bridge, the lead is taken by the shamisen, a Japanese instrument that I decided to include partly because I wanted to use it in some way, partly because it lifts the song up a little with its gentler sound, after all the evil sounding instruments.
These platforms, taken from Golden Masters, are an interesting piece of gameplay I thought wasn't really utilized to its full extent in the base game, even with the fact that it was used plenty of times in the last level. I think most players would go on them without too much thought behind their movements and just react to which platform is going down or not. I wanted to make the players think of their route in advance. To do so, I separated them into 2x2 platforms that each had an orb to collect, to force the player to have to jump on each of them, but then carefully set it so there's exactly as many set of platforms as there are colors. So you'd have to make sure you don't remove all the platform for the last jumps before you get there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
These kicks are when I started to go a bit crazy with Reslamp. Reslamps, as far as entities are concerned, allow you to change some settings and variable for the specific actor that's being spawned from it. That's why you usually change the name, what's inside the chest, or the curve a platform should follow, for example. For a lot of existing actors that I reuse in my levels, I like to add Reslamps to be able to get a lot more control over their behaviors. For these, I added a ways to change the save distance for the stop spawning kegs, the spawn table, which changes the order of the type of kegs, the speed at which they move, the frequency at which they spawn, being able to have 3 different jump heights instead of 1 per default, the height of all of those jumps, when the kegs start to dampen their jump near the end, the speed at which they drop at the end, and if they're supposed to have collision or not when they drop, as they don't in Misty Island, but I needed them to do so here. As mentioned on the previous keg pass, a lot of custom options were added for these kegs, so I wanted to make use of them more than once. These kegs are usually not too dangerous, so I wanted to have the player go back and forth through different paths with different jump settings while trying to figure out the base itself. This constant back and forth movement does for you to dodge a lot of them in different situations, instead of one long pass with a predictable pattern.
Yeah, I really liked this section. This section was super cool. Oh, hello.
While the intended way to open the orb cache is to get the blue equipment at the start of the keg pass and raise it down while trying to dodge the kegs, getting all the way to the orb cache and running out of blue echo can be quite frustrating, especially if you have to go back all the way to the blue echo event.
Yeah, this was clever design.
Adjustment of breakable bonds were placed so you'd first have to break this one by the orb cache, forcing you to have done the jump from the keg pass. Then, you could go to the other side, break the other bonds to make a pass to the blue echo, allowing you to still get this without the frustration of going all the way back.
Oh, no, I didn't want that. Oh no, stop playback, L2 circle. Oh, I just wanted to destroy you. Oh, oh, I've broken it. How did I break it? Oh no. Oh no, I've broken it. How did I break it? No. Oh, this is terrible. How have I broken this? Oh no. Okay, what if I warp to it? Fuck me. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? There it is. No, I don't want to. I was really enjoying these. I don't want to lose them. If I warp to this one. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, die, kill me. Does this change anything? I hope the answer is it fixes it. Because, yeah, why has this happened?
I'll say something really teary at the funeral. Like, how am I gonna get Shane back now?
What? Like, what did I do? That's so annoying. Like, I've absolutely fucking broke the game. Like, how did I do that? How the fuck did I do that? No! Oh, please, I wanted to listen to the rest of those. Genuinely devastating. Like, I'm upset. Please. Okay, so options, game options, miscellaneous, the commentary. I was on 52. Please. What? Yeah, I really broke this. Like, completely and utterly broke it. Okay, I'm gonna close the game. I don't know how that happened, but, like, it's absolutely busted. Like, it's devastating. Absolutely devastating. Surely reopening the game must fix it. Also, I like that they've got the new, like, logo. That's pretty fun. Instead of Naughty Dog. Like, how did I just killed a lurker. Like, what the fuck happened? Okay, this has gotta... It's gotta... Please.
The
Yay!
serves more as an intro for Super Yellow Echo than being too much of a challenge in itself. Even with the number of enemies that spawn, which would normally be quite tough to fight through. The crystal was placed on top of a pillar to get the player to not really jump and spin to break it. Doing so will show them that jumping and spinning gives Jak a very powerful and spam bar attack, which is very reminiscent of Jak 2's and 3's jump spin shoot attacks with the blaster. While this attack is very powerful to clear the enemies, the spawner were made to only be destroyed by the other main feature of the Super Yellow Eco.
And it took
the
me a
charge
long
shot.
time to work out.
My original idea for Super Yellow Eco was to have kind of a spray and pray type of attack when holding a square down, which would shoot Yellow Eco at a very high frequency but at a wide angle. This turned out to be pretty hard of a challenge to make because of how the original Yellow Eco projectile are coded. So HATKit ended up working more on the second idea, which was the charge shot. This ended up working out really well, and the original idea still kind of survived through the air spin shooting spam. A lot of effort was put into trying to make this feel good to use, such as a lot of work on the particle on the charging of the shot itself, the projectile which the half charged and full charged are different, and the explosion. The animation were also a big part of the feel for this. Adding extra animation on existing art groups such as Jak is not something possible, so we had to reuse already existing ones in a smart way. On foot, we made the normal yellow shutter animation stop when the hand is facing forward and then go back and forth to give it a pulse to show the charging. While in the air, the stopping didn't work quite as well, as you just hover there awkwardly.
Ah, that's so cool.
So instead, we went with a slowing down approach, which feels like an attack straight out of Dragon Ball, as Jak is slowly falling while charging the big shot.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
These bouncer might seem like they were made from the launchers, but only some particles in the sun were actually taken from those. These are actually another use of the flame pot, but heavily modified to always be active and not damage you while pushing you to your destination. The particles also make use of some function to line up in the direction they are pointing, which is a small nice touch, especially when they are activated. The final implementation for this excavator didn't end up quite exactly like my first idea of it. I wanted it to be big epic parkour around this huge structure, a bit like the way to the first bound practice fight in Jak 2
Oh, wow.
on the palace cables. The scale was a bit too small for that vision, but with the bouncer on the moving platform at the end, I hope it still ended up being an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I liked it, but I see the vision. Hopefully you get to like create what you wanted, like in another level, because yeah, that's cool.
These minecarts were taken straight from Volcanic Crater. I wanted to make a more three-dimensional challenge using minecarts, but quickly realized that the path they actually take isn't defined with a path, like normal platforms, but is actually baked into the animation, which means I couldn't change those paths. This part was also made before custom animation were well implemented, so I decided to try and use only those existing paths. Having constraints can sometimes be an interesting way to come up with artistic solutions that you wouldn't have gone for if you didn't have them in the first place.
Oh, well, that's really interesting that you can't change it. Yeah, they are the same. Oh, wow. That's really interesting.
To make the minecart a bit more challenging, I wanted to add some of Misty's quicksand lurker that shoot at you while you're traversing it. Usually these only shoot at Jak's current position, which means they'd always be really far off, especially when moving on the minecart. To make them a bit more dangerous, I gave them the ability to track Jak's current velocity and his distance and predict where he would be if he continued that way and shoot at that position, while taking the projectile speed into account. Which ended up working too well, so I added the ability to change how well they track Jak and add some randomness to the final target, to make them less accurate but also harder to predict.
That's interesting.
Luckily, with custom art groups and animation, I was able to create my custom boulder here, instead of reusing the mountain pass boulder a third time. While the game actually has a function to make models explode, I wanted the animation to feel quite natural, and so it was animated manually within the rest of the level in Blender, so that rocks would interact with the terrain around.
Cool.
I thought for a while about how progression should work in TFL. At first, I was thinking you would need to get a very specific cell, like unlocking the zoomer in Energy Bay and then find the explosive part in Open Mines to explode the boulder here. Then I decided against that, as I didn't want to force one specific route. So I just went with a number of cells as a requirement, like it was in the original game, but still with the need to unlock the zoomer as well. However, there could still be problems with the number of cells, depending on if you did gather or even other part of the game before entering Crystal Cave. So HATKit came up with a system that can count exactly how many cells, orbs or flies you got, specifically in the TFL levels, inside of the whole game, which fixed my last problem with progression.
Cool.
As Jak 1 can only have 2 levels loaded at once, you need to be very careful and sometimes quite creative with the level transitions. As energy bays are so close by, I can only load Tiga Valley when you get really close to it. To hide that, this spiral is actually part of the crescent top level geometry, even if the menus say you're already in Tiga Valley.
Yeah,
the
that's
outside walls
clever.
are also part of crescent top, so it seems like it's always there when it's actually not. There's actually a few spots where you can see the unloaded valley, which would be possible to fix, but those are pretty extreme cases, and I didn't care too much for those.
That's cool. That makes sense.
A lot of the challenges in zoomer levels in the base games are done through either static or dynamic obstacles, such as the rising spikes in Fire Cannon or the Dark Eco bars in Levatube. I wanted to go one step further with this and have something that constantly has you react on the spot.
It reminded me of that one level in Jak 2,
or your hundreds
where you're getting the free
to do
artifacts.
this, I created a completely new actor for the Falling Rocks. At first, I wanted to copy the snowball from Snowy, but I ended up just writing all the features I wanted mostly from scratch. Here is how it works. Each Rolling Rock Master has up to 8 different paths. After a given time, which can vary, the Master selects one of its paths, which can't be the one from the previous spawn. Then it spawns a Rolling Rock with that given path. That rock is also given a specified speed and size, which are slightly randomized. The Rolling Rock then follows its path until it reaches the end or hits Jak, where it then explodes. The problem with following paths is that the game can only really tell the length of the whole path, and then divide it with the number of points that create that path. This means that the further apart 2 points are, the faster the Rolling Rock will go between those 2 points. It might seem like a nice way to control the speed, but placing down paths that would feel natural is extremely hard, and it often ends up looking very weird instead. So I made a function that looks at the movement a boulder will make in the future, and compared that to its target speed. So I can then adjust the position on the path to get a constant speed. Then I made some gravity calculation so that it would speed up when going down and slow down when going up, so all the physics were done automatically. And I wouldn't have to worry about any of it while designing the path. Right from the start, you're given a choice to grab either blue or yellow eco. Blue eco will allow you to traverse this path faster, but yellow eco allows you to break the boulders in front of you, giving the player the choice between speed and safety. This choice is given multiple times throughout this part of the valley. Super Blue Eco on the Zoomer was actually one of the first ideas I had with the Super Eco. Flying is always a big power fantasy, but you also have to be careful not to make it too overpowered. So I decided to have it make you do a much higher zoomer jump than usual, and then let you float a bit with it. AdKit took care of that initial setup with the high jump and floating. Then I worked on trying to give you more control, by being able to dive down to give you more speed, and then hold back to go back up, which was limited by your current speed, so you wouldn't be able to infinitely gain height with it. The balance we right is, in my opinion, something fun and challenging to use to its fullest extent. I spent hours just playing around with these flying mechanics myself, and I hope other players will find them as fun. To force the player to learn those mechanics, I wanted to place an obstacle that forces you to turn as well as go up and down while flying. If you die, the respawn point was put just before, so it wouldn't feel too frustrating to have to go a long way to retry this. The rest of the level being a bit of a playground for that Super Eco, being forced to learn its mechanic before getting to that point would hopefully make the next part smoother and more enjoyable to the player.
Yeah, it was good.
I wanted the player to feel the depths of this gap, but since the ocean was overlapping with it, I first had to hide it by placing a big square on top of it.
Oh, interesting.
Intended the depths of this hole to be very shallow. So I looked into the ocean mask with AdKit, which allows you to tell where the ocean should or shouldn't render. After a bit of investigation, we managed to understand how those are set up, and so I was able to have a custom ocean mask where I can place holes wherever I want. Then I was able to make this gap as deep as I wanted. Some particle effects were also used to strengthen the effect.
Oh, that's cool.
On top of the gameplay surprise of the Super Blue Eco, I wanted to stun the player with a striking visual change on the level. I created a few new assets for it,
it's a beautiful
such as the
area.
birch, spruce and mushrooms, used new textures for the grass and rocks, and made use of Vertex Alpha, which allowed me to have snow at the peak of the mountains that slowly get transparent as it goes down the mountain, which isn't an effect the base game used much, but it would work really well. I wanted this part of the level to look and feel busy, but then all the part of you to actually drive would still be clear, so you don't constantly drive into trees. I'm very happy with the result in terms of the visual for this area.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
These flying lurkers are normally just a case of flying behind them until they slow down so you can catch them. I didn't really change that behavior itself, but I wanted the pass to make use of the floating mechanics, so they'll go up to places you'd normally not be able to follow, forcing you to get the hang of the floating controls. Since they can be flying up in the air, I wanted the shadow to also be visible if you're on the ground, so you can still chase them. The shadow normally stops rendering when an actor is out of view, so I made the view sphere of this specific actor much larger and lowered it to allow to render even when it's high above the player screen. This might seem like a small detail, but it helped keep track of them by a lot.
Taiga Valley is a zoomer level, but it's quite wide and open compared to the average zoomer levels in the Precursor Legacy. So I aimed at making a theme that was not hammering the rhythm like, let's say, Lava Tube or Mountain Pass. The rhythm is still marked by a kick and a marching snare, but they're not pounding, they're more like subtle. I wanted to give the idea of a calm and uncontaminated nature, without forgetting that we are on an adventure, and on the zoomer. So I chose the harp, which has a mellow sound, and it plays a mellow melody, but it never stays still. It moves continuously, and it never stops, like the zoomer, hopefully.
Yeah, I really like this theme. I think it's my favorite one. It's fantastic.
I wanted the terrain to slowly change into a more snowy biome, but instead of having a bunch of transient texture, I used the same trick as for the peak of the mountains, Vertex Alpha, which allowed me to create a very long gradient from the grass to the snow. I also slowly changed the trees, so you'd only see spruce trees here, and they'd slowly get more and more snow, as I had 3 versions of each of the spruce trees for this exact effect. Even the river slowly ends up in ice. If you ever played the Zoomer Legacy mode, or just cheated yourself to get the zoomer in place you're not supposed to have it, you might have noticed some big red particles under the zoomer. These will appear when the zoomer is on a surface material it's not supposed to be, which was probably used in development to make sure the devs didn't forget to add specific particles per material. So I added some for the snow and ice, and also a special case for the deep snow.
Oh, that's cool.
Where instead of just having particles at the bottom of the blades, I thought it'd be fun to have some on the front of the blade as well, as those blades hit the snow itself. Something nice you can do with particles is changing their initial parameters through codes as well. This allowed me to spawn more particles and give them more momentum the faster you drive through deep snow, which gives a very cool effect.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I needed a way to get to the boss arena from a distance, so that you'd see all of it before you do so. I could have gone with placing a platform that gets you there, then disappear when you start the fight. But since it's a snowy biome, using a nice art felt pretty natural, and the jump at the end of it was even better at showing the player that there's no way back from here. I didn't want the player to be stuck there, so the checkpoint is always going to bring you back before the slide, which is a bit of a time loss every time you die and want to retry the fight, but better than being stuck in the arena and forced into the fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything about the boss was custom made. A custom model which takes inspiration from Jak 2's Rift Gate, as well as Jak 3's Time Up. Custom animation for waking up, moving around, charging, taking them.
Okay, the game crashed. Okay. Weird. I wonder why. I wonder why it crashed on that specific like audio. Well, let's hope it doesn't do that again. We will see. Let's head back. Turn the commentator on. It was 70, I think. Maybe, yeah.
Everything about the boss was custom made. A custom model which takes inspiration from Jak 2's Rift Gate, as well as Jak 3's Time Up. Custom animation for waking up, moving around, charging, taking them.
Wow, okay, we're not listening to that one. We're going straight to 71, because, yeah, 70 keeps crashing. That's unfortunate. But it's custom made, and it's really cool. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wonder why. I wonder what caused that. It's probably something really, really stupid that caused it. Like, it shouldn't have any right to have caused a crash, but it did anyway.
The whole coding part for this boss was done by HeadKid, which came with quite a few challenges. such as the Kermit and Ice Cube enemies not working properly at first, or the moving poles, which isn't something Jak 1 has to start with, and simply moving a normal pole entity doesn't work, as it needs to move Jak at the same time. Some small details were added as well, like making you jump off the poles as they're going down, or deactivating the platform collisions, so you don't sink into the ground if you stay on one as it's going down. Sounds also became an issue, as each of the traps has their own sound, so special care was made to turn off some, especially at the second and third parkour phase where all the traps but one were active.
Oh, interesting.
Several deep boss mechanics were thought about quite a while ago. I wanted to have each phase of the boss make you fight, and then do some parkour to get to the next phase, each of which would increase in difficulty. This boss was intended to be quite challenging, both as a first encounter or even as a stressful end to the speedrun. I can still easily die on it, even with all the testing I did and knowing how everything works. It might feel a bit frustrating on the first clear, but a lot of small tuning was done if you repeatedly die on it. The base game actually has some of that already, where normal enemies can drop full green echo on specific boss things like Claw throwing less boulders, or Precursor Robot taking less hit on some phases. One aspect of this to consider is not to be insulting to the player's ability. On such, most things that are changed aren't directly perceivable, but they make a big difference. Dying multiple times will lower the total amount of enemies spawned,
Yeah, I
and the
noticed
amount
that.
can be under arena at once. Make the special echo spawn more often, increase the time you have to destroy the gem in the parkour phase, increase
Oh,
the
I didn't
time
know there
it
was a
takes
time
to
limit on
activate,
that.
as well as decrease how long they stay active. And if you die too many times, one obvious change people will see is that a super echo crystal will spawn for each phase in place of the simple blob, which should help a lot in taking care of the enemy.
Oh, that's interesting, because I got the super one at the beginning and thought that was commonplace, but I just had it in the first attempt. That's fascinating. So getting the super orb, getting the super eco in the first attempt was the mistake, not the other way around. Oh, that's very interesting.
The whole ground of this arena was turned into a bunch of traps. These are probably the main threat during the whole fight. I wanted them to force the player to constantly be moving and be aware of where they had been before. Fighting enemies in Jak 1 isn't usually too challenging, as most of them are one-hit kills and using attack make you invulnerable from a lot of things. So by adding these traps on the floor, the dynamic completely changes. To make them as obvious as possible, a lot of visual and audio elements were added. Once you step on any trap, it will sink down a little bit in the animation, switch colors, and make a noise to make it obvious you activated something. Then, when charging up, the color will slowly get brighter, particles will slowly increase, as well as the ambient sound. Then all of those will switch to an even more obvious active set. The different colors should also help, where in the second phase the elite pool platforms damage you, seeing the red ones in the third phase should alarm the player that these are even more dangerous.
The boss fight theme. This was very fun to make. It was like at some point Guitar hinted at wanting the boss fight theme to be different from the Jak and Daxter music and more epic, more orchestral. And when the time came, I took him very literally and went on a rampage. This is basically all orchestra, unlike the other themes. And there's the final build-up that's different from the rest. I made it like that both for connection to the beginning of the song to keep the loop going as seamlessly as possible, and also for giving the sense of approaching the end of the battle if it's played to the end without setbacks of sorts. As this is the end of the mod for now, I also want to thank Guitar here for the amazing opportunity to make these songs for these levels. It was challenging and it was an honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's so cool.
This is where chapter 3 ends. I can't say much about what will be beyond this door in chapter 4 for now, but I hope all of chapter 3 feels like a more complete experience, at least with all the improvements, new levels, and the boss fight. Thank you for playing. This has easily been the biggest project I've ever gotten myself into, now about 2.5 years ago. I want to say a huge thanks to everyone that has been a help in making this project a reality. Headkid, as the main coder of the project, who keeps making all of my silly ideas into realities and answering all of my questions when I try to code something myself. Bex for the amazing soundtrack, which really helped bring the mod together. Strange, his brother, Nomi, and Liam for the voice acting. Zed and Bark for maintaining the boat base, which TFL is built upon. The whole Open Goal dev team for making this whole thing even possible to begin with, and for amusing a lot of my demands for modding features, even through their busy schedule. Naughty Dog for making a great game that's a lot of fun to create new content for. And all the close friends that have been a great mental support throughout all of this. This whole project has been consuming a lot of my time, and some other amount of my life have definitely been put on the side because of it. So, as the end message was already saying, I can't promise anything for Chapter 4, or if it will ever come out. I do really want to continue and fully finish this, to have the full story I want to tell, as well as all the mechanics I want to explore, and all the visual I want to make. But it has definitely taken its toll, so at best, progress will be slowing down. A final thank to you, the player. I can only hope you had a great time, and learned a little bit about the development process throughout all of my yapping. Have a great one. Quitter.
Oh, Quitter, Pex, Hat Kids, anyone else who's been involved. Oh man. Like, what an awesome experience. It's fantastic. It really is. It's just wonderful. It's Jak and Daxter, but more of it. You know, like, it's the dream. And you've made levels that do genuinely feel like a continuation. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I hope you do find time to continue it, even if it's much slower paced than it was before. But if this does happen to be the end for whatever reason, then totally fair enough if it is. Just thank you. Thank you so much for all the work on it. It's brilliant. And like this development, the developer commentaries, it's so cool. And it's implemented so well, it's so seamless, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's been wonderful to learn. So yeah, just so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. What a joy. What a joy.